Now to today's massive shakeup at the State Board of Education. The governor giving 3 members the boot and appointing 3 replacements. He cites needless political drama and poor student test scores as his reasons why.
And in response, State Superintendent Ryan Walters has some choice words for the governor. News 4's Spencer Humphrey is here to break it all down for us. Spencer, what is going on here?
Well, it's pretty interesting, Kevin, because Governor Stitt is who kind of put State Superintendent Ryan Walters on the map back when he first appointed him as Secretary of Education a few years ago, giving Walters some name recognition and then run for State Superintendent. But after today, it's looking like that relationship may be over. You might call it a public breakup of sorts. Governor Kevin Stitt and State Superintendent Ryan Walters taking digs at each other through a series of tweets, press releases, and firings this week. The drama unfolding on Tuesday morning when Governor Stitt announced he's replacing 3 members of the Oklahoma State School Board because of disappointing test scores and divisive politics, writing, "It's clear that our education infrastructure has fallen prey to needless political drama." Now, to understand why this is significant, keep in mind that since Walters took office, we have rarely, if ever, seen any board members disagree with or vote against any of Walters' ideas, instead usually giving everything their vote of approval without debate. Former Republican representative and longtime Walters critic Mark McBride remembers it well.
From the Bibles to the rulemaking authority that he supposedly thinks he has, supporting that and backing that agenda.
And it's that agenda the state school board allowed Walters to carry out that people like McBride and State Senator Mary Boren say has raised red flags over Oklahoma for business leaders.
Every one of them is very concerned about education in Oklahoma, about bringing new people in for new jobs.
All of the negative press that we've been getting through the State Department of Education and Ryan Walters has really impeded the ability of those that want to attract business to Oklahoma.
Governor Stitt seeming to have taken notice as well, writing Tuesday, "If we want to be the best state for business, we need to make sure our kids have a path to success." And adding more fuel to the fire, we've learned the State Department of Education and its communications director and Walters spokesperson Dan Isett parted ways Monday, a change Boren thinks many legislators will welcome.
There's not a person over at the State Department of Education that I can feel comfortable reaching out to. The kind of communication that we get from them is very is filtered through folks like Dan. So there needed to be a change in heart and a change in attitude.
It all does make her wonder about the timing of it all.
And I hope it's not a pretext for some kind of other deal that's being transacted in order to increase vouchers or some of the other priorities that the governor has said that he's had.
For Walters' part in all this, he posted on X Tuesday saying Governor Stitt has joined the swampy political establishment that President Trump is fighting against. The board members that stood with us, working with the Trump administration to make our schools safer and better, have been fired for political purposes. A response, McBride says, shows to him there's still more that should be done.
Bringing Trump into it again. I mean, this guy does nothing but, he must have an idol of Trump in his bedroom closet or something. I just think it shows a very immature, unprofessional person. We got to get through this next 2 years and get rid of him and have somebody good coming behind him to rebuild education.
And those new board members Stitt appointed or Stitt nominated will have to go through a vetting process and meet with lawmakers before they are confirmed by the Senate, which could take several months.